Welcome to Quantum Connections Oracle. My name is T-Bear, and I'm your fellow time traveler, Gen X, Indigo Soul, clairvoyant. I scry, meditate, intuit, and I'm a music lover and proud Bay Area deadhead. This channel is a space where we explore the quantum threads that connect us through symbol, synchronicity, and spirit. All readings are here for entertainment purposes only, and I ask that you never give your power away to me or any other reader. I'm here to hold space in the quantum field where free will is the true guiding force. If what I'm sharing touches your soul, please help me grow the space with a subscribe, like, or comment. And I'll be offering private readings. What you'll find on my channel are timeless readings for individual signs. And you'll also find timely readings for individual signs. So look at the title to see what vibes for you. I will not be reading for Scorpio or Taurus at this time in the general public, but I do offer private sessions for those signs. And if you work with me directly, you can send me a DM and the information will be in the box below. I do not practice black magic or any forms of punishment in my magic. I consider myself an optimistic chaos magic practitioner. My practice is rooted in earth-based worship guided by animals, plants, nature, and symbols. I like to feel into what I'm reading. My style is abstract, poetic, non-linear, and will always be turned towards the truth. I ask nicely that quest watchers tread lightly, use the information here only with good intentions, and take what resonates and leave the rest. Please check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well on my channel. I personally read and love watching for rising signs. They're also called your ascendant, and I feel that's where the real sweet spot lives for making change with your free will. There's a magical intent in your rising, a kind of cosmic vignette showing what's possible and what to be cautious of. It's like a treasure hunt in the quantum. Your sun sign shows you what you already know and what you've likely already settled into. Your moon sign reveals the emotional layer, the hidden, the shifting, and the not yet discovered. And Venus reflects your values in love, beauty, creativity, and relationship. If you're new to all this, take some time to explore your natal chart before checking me out or alongside it. It's a powerful map that gets clearer the more you look. At the beginning of every reading, I sound my singing bowl to clear the space. It will be a loud, sustained sound, so tune in, turn on, and turn it down if you're sensitive to that frequency. I'll also have lit a chalice present during each session. Your cards will have already been selected, sometimes with notes, sometimes without. You'll get used to it. I believe in keeping the reading centered on you, not someone else, the person the reading is meant for. I don't go poking around in other people's energy. They're constantly shifting. It's better to stay rooted in your own energy field and your own free will. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, and let's roll down the quantum road together. Welcome, Gemini. Gemini Rising especially, and Gemini Sun sign, Gemini Venus. All of those wonderful placements. Maybe it's your moon, maybe it's your north node. However Gemini resonates with you today. Welcome to Quantum Connections Oracle. I'm T-Bear. And I do a bit of chaos magic for y'all on the internet. And see, it's chaotic already. See? All right, let's just get to it. Gemini, what do we need to let you know right now in June of 2025? Protect Gemini while we conjure these messages. All the protectors, lovers, and even those haters of Gemini come here and honor them. We remove all evil eye, send back any bad energy to people who may be jealous of Gemini or want to slow their progress with worry. There's nothing to worry about. Gemini, you're perfectly fine just the way you are. Thank you, and we will see what we have in store. Gemini. Has your evil twin been showing lately? I have a lot of Gemini placements, but I try to be mindful of my twin because, you know, there's always a little fun to be had, but then you think, is this worth it? And then you kind of look at your other little guy and you hope that they're crossing their fingers and keeping everything balanced. Gemini. We ask the protectors of Gemini, the north, the east, the south, the west energies, Mother Earth, Father Sky, all of the native peoples that walked before us on these lands, all the music that's played in our grandmother's blood before us, Let's bring that to Gemini today and show them just a little peek into what this next little chapter might entail for them. Gemini, thank you, spirits. Gemini. Oh, the animal is the current situation. I am always called to put this either front or back, and this one's calling me to sit it right here. So the animal and the eternal child are just going to hang out together right now. These are all this is the situation together right now. Okay, Gemini, let's look for some helpers and some advice and some direction. Oh, look at that. Okay. The temple is right behind you, something that's building you towards where you are now, or what you're kind of capitulating for the future here, Gemini. It's over here, I can feel it right now. It's intense. Oh, well, that is interesting. That is interesting. Well, since we've got two here, I'm thinking this is going to be for Gemini. I'm happy with this remaining one right now. If we want to clarify the temple, we'll do that later, but that's energy from that's led up to here, and that's building us towards this, and I want to see what I seem to see is the possibility of some mirrored energy. So let's see who goes there with that. Gemini. Okay, join your twin in Gnosis. That just came out for Libra. Where did it come out for Libra? For Libra. So there's another airhead in there, but that's interesting. Mystic, primal. This is very cool. All right, let's talk to our buddy Kim about this today. Wow, this is just some imagery here. This is wow. Okay, so we've got a wolf's eye as the main part of the situation, surrounded what it looks like little tiny lilacs and maybe some braided wheat with like an animal fur that's coming down for the animal. So what about the temple brought you to the animal? And what inside of what has allowed this eternal child to come out? So that's my question. The animal, 99. 99. That number might be important to you. The beast, the wild one, the she-wolf. We are mammals. The hair on our chest and between our legs reminds us so. We try hard to deny our unrefined, animalistic nature. Yet through this archetype, we tap into power and direction. Activating the animal within means reawakening our relationship to nature in the most broad and embodied sense. Drinking from waterfalls, roaring at the moon, opening eyes underwater, eating berries from the vine. The life force of our planet begs us to set down the devices, the constraints, and the social constructs, and remember the warm blood that pulses through our veins. The animal longs for breath, food, procreation, and physicality. It wants soil under our nails and starlight on our skin. If this all sounds terribly unsophisticated to you, take note that it said that when the Buddha became enlightened, he roared like a lion. All right, that's interesting. Okay, so we're here now. And when we're here now and we're being present now, we're guided to say that we're being vital, elemental, alive, and dancing. If we are experiencing anything that is savage, pent up, lashing out, that seems to be living in the unscrupulous parts of self. But let's see what Eternal Child says to us. I'm kind of a big fan of this. It's just a wild one, which means maybe you've overcome, like you had to go to the temple to become the wild one right now. You just had to do some serious work to get here to allow this wild one. And maybe that allows for the vulnerability of this Eternal Child. So let's take another look. 69 and 99. Lots of nines there, so that's pretty good news. 3 nines is always great news. Something's at the end, or something is starting over. It's at the heading to 10. Almost there. So we're in the middle here. Eternal child 69, that's right. Okay. The inner child, the child of joy. Wow, that really does go with this wild one. This is pretty cool. It's connected to timeless, ageless, and infinite aspects of life. It is radiant and fearless and seeks joy above all else and at any cost. It struggles being bound to an aging body with physical limitations in a world that demands attention to detail and logistics. The eternal child wants to nix all rules and responsibilities and go beyond what others say is possible. It wants to return with plenty of friends to the land of the free, where divine wine and creativity pour from the earth and sky. We all want to sip from the well of eternal youth, and this makes the eternal child naturally popular, perhaps even famous. The eternal child glimmers. It reminds us of what is possible, what is magical about this precious life. So when you're lit up, this is going to be right now. You're not acting out of addiction or selfishness or adrift or burnt out. You're still enjoying and you're living in the moment, joyful, playful, accepts, and magical. So this is pretty special. And I'm super curious why an underworld journey is what we're preparing for with mysticism. And it makes me wonder if we're going to be we're on the Wheel of Fortune vibes or something. Like, I feel some Wheel of Fortune vibes because either way, you're going to learn something really cool. And it seems like you just came from here too. Let's look at the underworlds. $159, $69, $99, and $159. The underworld, the nightmare, the ordeal, the bottom. There's no time to mince words. The archetypal territory of this underworld is fraught with nightmares, suffering, and pain. It is the darkest shadow realm, which we try vigilantly to avoid or deny at any cost. Try as we might, the darkness pulls us into its depths through disturbing dream images, unexpected accidents, illnesses, war, conflict, and ultimately death. Not visiting the underworld or denying its existence altogether is what gives it dangerous power. Traversing it forces us to bow humbly to the greater forces that be, while summoning the inner strength we previously underestimated. Take solace in the underworld that subsumes everyone from time to time, making us deeper friends, more intimate partners, soldiers of light amid our shadowy times, facing darkness, choosing light is the most profound calling of all. Bravery, depth, facing deepest fears, or denial, suppression, evil, unconscious. And let's look at Gnosis, which we had in Libra, and it was about enlightenment from a warrior stance. And to me, this is we're warriors way over here. Like, this right here is somebody who's very exposed and almost reborn. So to go back to the underworld is a very tender place to be. Gnosis, I don't remember your number. 217. That number might be important to you. Okay, Gemini? All right, Innermost Knowing, mystic truths. True knowledge is not found in facts and figures and scholarly books on library shelves. Rather, Gnosis points to the deep and timeless archetypal wisdom that rises from the felt experience of having touched the unknown with every one of the senses. Those who are drawn to Gnosis find themselves in esoteric studies, like involving mysticism, alchemy, or healing, or perhaps science. Knowing is their calling, and not knowing is their job description. No matter how far the alchemists take their studies, they come to the ultimate conclusion, that facts slip toward mystery, and soon the mystery results in facts. This card signifies a knowing that is life-changing. Once you experience it, you are forever changed and become a guardian of Gnosis. The eternal mystery is calling you. Study your passion in the deepest way available to you. Contemplating the mystery, unanswerable questions, or over-intellectualizing and literalizing, and asking others. So a brave child who's in its most wild state, at the rumpus, wild rumpus, max in the wild rumpus, like, okay, what's going to happen? A child's going to fail sometimes, right? There's going to be some underworld journeys, but there's also this, it seems like it is almost incinerated wisdom. This is very underworld. This is very earthly energy, and this is like This is almost Aquarian energy. This is a nice mix though, but it's pretty like, this is kind of an intense and overwhelming top over here. Gemini, you're the only one who could handle this kind of dichotomy. Let's figure out where you just came from and why you can handle this. The Temple. 141. The Temple. The sanctuary, the shrine, the altar. When we think of the temple, we often envision an architectural structure in far-off lands. We are quick to distance ourselves from the sacred, assuming we must expend much effort in order to arrive there. Yet the temple is a universal and omnipresent energy, accessible in the highest and lowest, richest and poorest of places. Visiting the temple might be as simple as stepping into the dappled light of the forest, slowly and sensually kissing a lover, or closing your eyes to travel inward. This card is a call to re-examine what you pay homage to and what you reject. What do you spend your time worshiping? Your phone, material goods, money? What barriers do you draw between yourself and the sacred? Perhaps there is room on your altar for something new, something surprising. Offer it to the heavens. Reverence for all. Life is a sanctuary. Idolatry, cults, strict spirituality. Now is the time by Hafiz. That is the poem that is suggested. There's a lot here. I love it. It's a really tender spot. So let's grab you maybe one or two little animal friends. Gemini, who's aiding you as you move through these growth points in different parts of yourself? You've come from the temple and you emerged in your most primal and elegant and vulnerable form. Now the universe asks you, can you step into the darkness and maintain while becoming mystical? Can you shed anything you don't need and leave it and know it will be there, incinerated and reborn? The duck and the chrysanthemum. Luck. Well, you're in luck. Lucky duck. Let's see here. The duck and the chrysanthemum. Really pretty. Luck. The phrase lucky duck isn't just lighthearted rhyme. Ducks can be symbols of good fortune. In ancient Egypt, ducks are associated with riches, especially gold, and frequently given as offerings to the gods. Likewise, chrysanthemums bursting forth with long and elegant petals signify abundance. Luck can be a fickle and mysterious force, but it also, as Roman philosopher Seneca once mused, what happens when preparation meets opportunity. You are on the brink of good fortune. Be open to situations that may bring about positive transformation. I think you are open to it. And it says, take care to get your ducks in a row. Do some research before taking action. Don't misstep. How can I prepare for the future? Is destiny mutable or set in stone? And that's a great question, because that's why I love to read for the risings, because I think destiny is mutable if you can make changes in the quantum. So if we're looking at this is for Gemini rising and sun, but if you're just Gemini sun, I would say this is already happening for you. But if we went into your rising, we could maybe do some free will altered positive actions towards a better outcome. And that to me brings hope towards the future if we all kind of think like that. It's kind of thinking for our future selves and our past selves. Like Dwight Schrute, future Dwight. So anyway, this is beautiful. You have luck on your side. We'll just double down, buddy. And I would say you can find, now that you've been here and you can hear, maybe where you had to come to this before and you couldn't enter a place, or you had limitations, you have no more limitations. So maybe it's your local bar that's a freaking place of mystics, and that's an underworld, but you can hold your own there now. Or maybe it's a relationship with someone in your family where you couldn't be the eternal child and have vulnerability, but it's in a mystical way now. Or you have somebody in your family who really challenges that, and you have the boundaries to walk away and use that mystic power that way. There's so many beautiful things you can do with all this. So Gemini, thank you. Please like, share, subscribe. From the Bay Area, much love, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. I hope you guys are enjoying my little musings. Thank you.